Hey, Lori here. Today I thought we would do a bee. We're going to do a bee wreath today. And we're going to do the curly Deco mesh. So we're going to put yellow, black, and white together. And then I have some cute ribbon we're going to use. And I have some cute bees around here. And then of course, I always have these. I love these things. So I thought it would be fun to do that today. So that's what we're going to get started on. Because it's perfect, it's for summer. And I live in the South. So summer lasts a really long time here. So it will get used a lot in my area. So I am going to get all my stuff together and come back and then we'll get started. Okay, so we have our 3 10 by 10 Deco meshes. Majority of these came from Craft Outlet. So we have the 3 colors. We're going to be using a wire wreath form. What size is this? 12? Yes, 12 inch. Okay, so this came, I think I got this at the Dollar Tree. And then I have some different ribbon, cute little bees on it. All of these are 2.5 except for this one is 1.5. So we have some yellow. So what I'm going to do to get started, that way, we're going to have to cut these mesh. And I'm probably going to use the majority of all 3 of these rolls. So I'll just pull them out of their containers. And we're going to cut these at 10 inches. So, okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to use my mat here. This mat is a Fisker's and it is a self-healing mat. And the reason I like to use this is because it just provides a really nice surface that I can use my rotary cutter. So this is a rotary cutter. It just allows you to cut several pieces at one time. It's just a time saver. They're not very expensive. You can get them from Walmart. You can also get this mat from Walmart. It just helps save lots of time. So I'm just going to roll these 3 out together like this. Whoop. There we go. And try to get the ends as close as I can to meeting. And I always like to start with a clean edge. It just makes measuring a little bit easier. So once I get a clean edge, I will pull it down and I will measure out to 10. So I'll cut it 10. And this is why I like this board, because I can cut again at 20. And if I didn't have thousands of things on my table here, I could cut at 30, but I have too many things over here. So I can't move my mesh out enough. So we'll just pull it down and do it 10 and 20 again. So I'll just roll them back out like that. Okay. And I usually set something kind of heavy on here just because it'll help keep it down so it doesn't roll up on you. I'll cut again at 10 and again at 20. So I'm just going to keep cutting bundles like this. And then when I feel like I have enough, I usually try to get about let's see, how many sections are on this? Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. So I'm estimating we're probably going to need at least between 24 and 28 bundles. So I will make sure that that's about what I cut. Now each one of these sets of 3s is one bundle. So I want to cut about 24 of these, and then I probably won't cut any more because, you know, if there's a little bit left, I will save it for another project. So we've cut 1, 2, 3, 4 so far. So I have 20 more cuts to go. So I'll try to keep track as I'm going along, just because it saves on some of the mesh. And you never know when you'll be able to use these meshes in another project, because I do that all the time. So I'm going to keep cutting these, and then when I come back, we will start cutting the ribbon, and then we will put our bundles together and put them on our wreath. So I will be back shortly. Okay, so I've gotten a whole bunch of these cut. So I'm going to cut some ribbon because I like to put mine together all at the same time. So let's just kind of move this over here. Now one thing I'll be using is the pipe cleaners, the chenille stems. So we'll need those once we get some ribbon cut. So I'm going to use my tool to cut my ribbon. So since these are 10 inches, I'm going to do my ribbon 12 inches so that it will stand up above the Deco mesh. Well, actually, I think we're going to do something a little different. Let's do 14 inches. So see, this one here is 6, this one is 7. So we're going to do 14-inch ribbons because it's really going to stand out and be pretty. Okay, so this is just a piece of cardboard that I measured out to 7 inches and then covered in some duct tape. So what I do is I just take my ribbon and I just wrap it around this little tool. It allows me to do several all at one time. Then I just grab a pair of my scissors, cut it off back at the top. I notched it so I know where the top is. Slide it through. And then I can go ahead and do my dovetail. See, this is, how many is this? 5. So we just did 5 ribbons that quickly. It just really saves a lot of time. So we'll do a few more. Let's do some of our bees. And you can make these little tools in any size you want. So I always go ahead and cut my ribbon when I'm doing these because I want to put it all on at one time. So do the same thing, just slide our scissors in there and cut it. Fold them over and just cut our little angle cut. There we go. So we've got 2 cut. So that should be enough for me to show you what we're gonna do. I just kind of clean off my table here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to separate these out. And then we're going to curl them up. So what you do is you look to see where it's curling. So it's curling up this way. So we want to do our curls like that. So you just use your hands to just tuck it under and make a curl. Just like that. Then you just want to pinch it in the middle. And I'm going to hold it in between my fingers. Now you could also use a chip clip. That works really well. Especially if you have problems with your hands hurting. Then I'm just going to do the same thing on the next one. So I'm just going to tuck it under. And I'm going to twist from the ends because it does help keep it together better. So I'll show you what I mean. So this is twisting from the end, like that. Let me show you what it looks like when you twist from the middle. So if you fold it over and you twist from the middle, see how this one's a little bit different than this one? It's just not quite as tight. So it's a lot more obvious when you have a bigger mesh. So once I get these three together like this, then I will take my pipe cleaners, and I tell you, if you want to save on your pipe cleaners, you can cut them in half. Just like that. Then you want to take some of your ribbon, pinch it in the middle, put it on your bundle, and I want to put it here because see, they're all going up this way. Then I'm just going to take my pipe cleaner, twist it around the back, and twist it pretty tight. So I'll just kind of turn it around like that. See, and then I have this much left to put it onto my wreath form. And that should be plenty. So see, when we put all these together, because we cut these ribbons longer, they're really going to stand up. So, there we go. So I will do it again, show you what I mean. And when you do these, you can keep them in a pattern, such as doing yellow on the bottom, white in the middle, and black on top, or you can vary them. I tend to just like to vary them because it kind of brings out different colors. So I will start with the yellow. And see, I'm just curling it under like that, holding it in my finger. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay. So you take it the way that it's curling and just twist it under, pinch in the middle, and hold it together. And we'll do the black. So twist it on the ends like that. So this time, see, last time I had the yellow on the bottom, so I'm going to have yellow on top. I'll take my two ribbons. Whoops. And it's Deco mesh, it likes to stick to things. So I'll take my ribbon, pinch it in the middle, put it down, put my tie there, go around the back, and do a good twist. There we go. And of course, if you make a mistake, just undo it and redo it again. As long as you hold these together, it'll be fine. And as we put these in the wire wreath form, they will start bunching up more like this. So don't worry if they're going different directions, because once you put them on the wreath, they'll go in the right direction. So let's do it one more time. So I'll take one of my bundles and we'll start out with black this time. I think I will. And I try to just do pipe cleaners in the colors that I'm doing, although chances are you're not going to see any of that. So I'll curl from the end, just like this. There we go. Pinch in the middle. Alrighty. Same thing. Curl at the end. Pinch in the middle. Put in my hand. Okay. So curl at the end. Pinch in the middle. Put right on top. Then we'll take our ribbon, pinch it in the middle, put it on top, just like that. Then take your pipe cleaner, twist it around the back. I'll try to make sure it's pretty even. And then just twist it. See, because you're already putting your ribbons in, you don't need to make it so that you can go back in this tie, because you're done with it. You've already put your ribbon, and even if we go back and add embellishments, we can just use our floral wire to put those in, because that works a lot better anyway. So I'm going to continue to make these bundles just like this, and then when I come back, we're going to put them on our base. And when we put them on our base, we're going to put them right in the middle, in between these two. So see, there's 4 little rows here, so we're going to put it in between 2 and 3, just over both of those. So if you see from the back, I would just take this little bundle and I would stick it in between those 2, and then tie it down. You see, this is why you don't really need the whole pipe cleaner. See, there's still plenty of room there, and it'll be easier to tuck those under and make it look a little bit neater. So see how that looks? It's cute. Okay, so I'll keep making the bundles, and then we'll start putting them on our base. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, so I've gotten tons of bundles done. So we're going to start putting this on our little wreath form here. Now all you're going to do is take one of your bundles, open up your ties, and put it right in between that second and third. Right like that. And then just tie it. There we go. Then I'll just push that over and then go to the next one. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to open those ties up and put it in between the second and third row. Right here. tie it off. And push it over. There we go. Okay. I'll go on to the next one, and I am looking to make sure that I'm not putting the exact same ribbon next to each other. Okay. So same thing, just put it through and twist it in the back and push it over. See how pretty the ribbon looks since it's so big? So much bigger than the bundles. Okay. We'll just go on to the next one. In between that, whoops, in between that second and third row. Okay. And I'll just tie it off and push it over. So in the beginning, you'll be putting probably about 6 in that first section. And then in the second one, you'll put 4 or 5. It will lessen as you get around because it'll get much tighter. So you won't need to put many more in there. So, let's see, let's pull some out. We'll do another one. And all you're going to do is just keep doing this all the way around until you get back to the beginning. And then you can take these in the back and you can twist them together like that. Push them over. It's just one more way to kind of hold them tight. So if you see, I'm just twisting these little pieces together back here. And I'm just going to push it down like that. That'll help keep it in place. See, so there won't be any gaps in here. And I will just fit as many as I can, especially in the first section. It can get kind of nerve-wracking when you do it the first section because it's going to seem like you're going to run out. But as you get around, it's going to get so full that you won't be able to put a lot in there. So don't worry if that's what it seems like. Okay. So I'm going to keep doing this all the way around. And then when I come back, we will put a few little decorations on it. And then we can see what it looks like completed. So I will be back shortly. Just want to show you one more time. So there's where my ties are. I just kind of tie it together. See, that keeps it nice and tight. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've gotten all the bundles in. Isn't that cute? I like these colors together with the little bees. So here's what the back looks like. Whoops. So you can see all my little ties that I put in. And so all I'm going to do is go around and kind of tuck these in just to make sure that they're not sticking up and won't jam a door. So that's what I'll do there. And on the front, I will just go through, make sure my ribbons are fluffed up. because I want you to be able to see those bees and the little yellow. So I'll just go around and do that. Okay. And the other thing that I'm going to do is add a little bees to it. So I got these cute little bees. See, they kind of have like, I like the wings. They kind of almost look like Deco mesh. The wings do. So all I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to figure out where I want to put it. I'll tuck it in for right now. Make sure that's where I want it to go. See, that's cute. I have a couple little metal ones I thought would be cute. Let's see. There we go. I like that. And then I have, okay, so I have this cute little welcome sign. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this white, and then we're going to attach it right here. So I am going to go and paint this. I'm also probably going to cut a few of these. I like to just add these. So we'll do some yellow and some white just to give it a little interest. And the way that I am going to attach these metal ones is I'm going to tie some floral wire around it and then put a little hot glue on it to make sure it's going to stay. And then I will tie it down to the frame. So I'm going to go spray paint this white, and then when I get back we'll attach it on. I thought it would be really good because I can show you how I usually attach these. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, so I've gotten my sign painted. See, doesn't that look cute? See, that'll be nice because it'll stand out. So I went ahead and wired the little pieces that I was talking about. See here on the little metal bee, I just wrapped this wire around. Can you see? Right here on this side and on this side. And then on these, I just wrapped. See, this is wired. This right here is wired, so I used that and the floral wire, and I taped them together. Wired them together, I mean. So I did that on all of these. The bees already come with wire, so I don't have to wire those. But what I'm going to do, whoops, move these out of the way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this welcome sign and I'm going to put two small holes in it. One on this side and one on this side. So I'm just going to use my drill and turn it this way. Okay, so I'll just hold it and drill a small little hole. There we go. So see, I just drilled a small little hole in there. You see it? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, here we go. I'm going to take a white pipe cleaner. I'm going to put it right through that hole. There we go. Seeing that it's just not quite as noticeable. I'm going to use that, whoops, to tie it down. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I will just put a little hole in the E, See, and I'm using a very small drill bit. Now the other thing you could do is you could, if you don't have a drill, you could use a hammer and nail. That works too. Because all you really want to do is make a little hole in it. So now I'll take my other white pipe cleaner and I'll run it through there like that. See, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist it one good time to hide it in the back, like that. Same thing here. So I'm going to bring them both to the back and twist one time. See, and then when I put it down, I will kind of hide some of this behind a ribbon. And then you really won't be able to see it. You see? So what you can do is you can put a spot of glue on there. You can use glue dots. That works. But all you really want to do is take these pieces here and you want to find the wire frame, and if it's too far to go with the wire frame, see, because this is really thick, so I know it's going to be too far with this one. So what you can do is pull it like this so that there's just a tiny little bit. I'm going to twist it on there like that. So see, all I've done is tied it in the back and then left a long piece to get down to my frame. So I'll do the same thing on this side. I'm just going to pull it through. Oh, a little bit more. And then twist it so it's on there nice and tight. See? And now I just want to figure out where in the middle I want this to go. I'm going to make sure that I don't have any ribbons underneath that. And I'm going to take my pipe cleaner. I'm going to go down and find the frame. Go right in here. And when I get down to the frame, the best thing to do is find one of these crossbars. So you see here where there's a bar. So I just want to make sure I have it in the right spot. And then I'll tie it around I'll tie it around the vertical bar. And I'll tie it around the bottom. And then again. And I'm just kind of making sure I have it on there securely. And then I can cut off the excess. So that's one side. See, and I kind of have the E kind of just sticking inside that right there, just so you can't really see where I've tied it down. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to find a spot I can put my pipe cleaner through. I don't want it to be too tight. And then I have the same thing. So there's a crossbar here. So I just want to run it under that crossbar. Tie it off. I'm just going to loop it around several times and make sure it's nice and secure. Because the worst thing that can happen is that your wreath falls apart. Okay, so there we go. I'll just pull out and make sure there's no. So see, you really can't see these. You really can't see where this is. So you can just move things around so that it kind of hides that. Another really cute thing you can do is you could take, oh, there we go, one of these and put it near where your sign is to kind of, you know, make it so that you can't really see that pipe cleaner going down. You can put these anywhere. So I will see if I can find an area that I think looks a little bit dark. Like maybe right in here. And I will find a spot I can run my wire through. Okay. Now I'll just pull that out a little bit because I want to be able to see it. And then I'll just turn this over. And I'm just going to twist my wire around. So I always make the floral wires longer than I need, just because I want to make sure I have enough, because there's nothing worse than going through the process of getting it tied to the floral wire and then to figure out that you don't have enough tied around your frame. So I always make sure I have enough, and I just twist it around the frame. See, like right there? Then I just kind of come back around and make sure that it's showing. Okay. We have a white one. So we'll put a white one in. Let's see. Oh, let's put it right here. So we have, so what I'm doing is looking for spots that I know that that color that I want to pop out is going to show up. So right here in this area I have 3 of the black Deco mesh showing. So I know it's going to show there, so that's where I'm going to put it. I'm just going to come to the back and wrap my wire around. So no secret to this, it's just a matter of wrapping it around, making it tight. There we go. And I'm very careful when I'm working like this to make sure that I am not pushing down when I have it turned over, because you can squash all this. Now you're going to have to come and straighten your ribbons no matter what you do, because you're always going to have that process where you're, you know, you're kind of moving things around. So I have this one in, I have this one in. Let's put, here's my other white one. Let's see, where did my yellow go? I think I might have knocked it over. Let's see. Oh, here it is. I knocked it in the floor. Okay, so I have another yellow one. See, and I know I've talked about these before, but I love these. You can make them stretchy, you can squish them up. These are pretty easy to find at Hobby Lobby. That's where I usually find mine. But they just add a nice little cute pop of color, I think. So I'm going to put this one up near my welcome sign, because I want to detract from where I have that pipe cleaner. So just gonna stick it right here. Okay. Right there. That's where I want it to stay. So just come around the back. tie it off. Now we'll go around several spots just to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. Okay. There we go. Okay. So then I'll just kind of re-straighten it. Make sure I haven't smushed anything. Okay. So I have this cute little metal bee. I want him up here. So I have 2 wires on him. So I'm going to try to go one here. Put this one down. Okay. And then one on this side. There we go. So I'll just move my bundles aside until I can find a spot. Then I want to make sure he's where I want him to be. And I'll tie him down. So, same thing. I'm just going to wrap this around. And in this case, I have 2 wires. So, just wrap them around. Like that. Make sure I haven't made it too tight. There we go. See, that's so cute. I like that. So then I'm sure I have it in the right spot. I'll just keep wrapping my wire around until I have it all wrapped. Okay. And don't worry about the back of your wreath because there's several things you can do to clean it up and make it look nice. So, okay. So I have him in. I have my little twists in. I think that looks good. I like that. So now what I'll do is I will just go around and fluff my ribbons because they will get kind of twisted around as you're working. So I'll just go around and fluff those. Make sure I can still see them all. Okay. I think this side over here is a little too tight, so I'm actually gonna come and let this one out a little bit because I don't want it to be so tight that you can't see my side. So this is one of those things I was telling you. If you have a problem, don't be afraid to take it loose and redo it because it happens all the time. I have to redo things sometimes. There. Okay. There. See, that's better. Now it's sitting where I want it to sit. Okay. I tell you, one other thing you could do, you could add flowers to this. Bees. I love these cute little bees. Now just tie these down. There we go. Just like that. See? Doesn't that make a cute wreath for your door? I love that. So I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope that you will make yourself a really cute wreath. And let me know if you have any questions. And let me know if there's any wreaths that you would like me to show you how to do. This one is going to be for my door, because once we take down the 4th of July wreath, then we're going to need something to put on the door. So I thought bees would be really cute, because this is just a perfect summer wreath. And I really love the colors. I just love yellow, white, and black together. So it looks great. So I hope you enjoyed this. Give it a comment and subscribe. And I'll see you again in a few days. Bye-bye.